So, I asked on Twitter a while back if people wanted to see another Spotify rap video like I did last year. Well, the vote turned it out like this, so here I am. Once again, I'm torn into pieces, can't deny it, can't pretend, just thought you were the one. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, once again, here I am to give you the rundown of my listening habits throughout 2021 through Spotify Wrapped, baby. I'm going to try to replicate what I did in last year's video, which essentially means that it's going to be the essential stuff on top of it being awful. So buckle up, everyone. Here's my Wrapped 2021 that people kind of asked for some reason. I don't quite get that, but that's just me. All right, starting off with an essential stat, I listened to Spotify for 33,334 minutes this year. We were so close to greatness. Oh well. So 33,334 minutes. That's low. That seems actually really low. I didn't include the count in last year's video, but I feel like I remember it being a lot higher. Like, I feel like in the past, I remember getting past 60 or 70,000 minutes in a year. I guess not having to commute to school 5 days a week for at least half the year had a huge effect on those numbers, huh? Well, it sure seems like it at least. It's viewer participation time, baby! I bet you didn't think I was gonna do this again. So, yeah, if you weren't here last year, I had little questions sprinkled throughout the video for some viewer participation to make sure, people are sticking through to the end. Anyway, so what do y'all think is the answer to this question? And you get more points in my mind for actually answering it and not just skipping ahead to find out what the answer is. Hit up the comment section and share your answers. I'd love to see them. If you guessed C, that would definitely make sense given what I do for my YouTube channel. But unfortunately, that is not correct. If you guessed B, though, congratulations! Give yourself a point that will earn you nothing but my respect, I guess? Sure, let's go with that. Anyway, here's the actual list. Might be surprising to see that Dance Pop's only number 5 on this list. Surprised me, at least. Thought I did more, let's call it research for videos than that, but apparently not. Man, I need to get back on that, don't I? Anyway, now the content from this channel is gonna start to shine through just a bit. My number one song from this year was Fire by BTS. Discovered on a whim in preparation for my very first I Am a Martyr video. I didn't know what to expect coming in. Fast forward a few months later and boom, here we are. 60 plays on Spotify later and it's my number one song of the year. 60 actually seems relatively low, especially when you compare it to my number one from last year's video, Critical Acclaim by Avenged Sevenfold at 78 plays, but then you factor in the whole fewer minutes listening thing and it all suddenly makes sense. All right, now that you know what my top song is, it's time for the next question. Time to go back to the comment section. For those who guessed A, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish that was the case because, variety is the spice of life and all that. That's not right, though. The correct answer is C. I mean, I can chalk this one up as research because I have been going back and listening to some of their other stuff, and obviously some songs caught pretty well. Before we get into the stuff about artists, there's one more stop I have to make. Now, Rap 2021 had this interesting part that showed the aura your Spotify listening habits gave off. As a former student studying computer science, it's only interesting because I want to know what AI they use to determine it, but that's beside the point. Apparently, the moods my music gave off are mostly silly, which makes a lot of sense considering comedy is my third most listened genre this year. I also got bold, which I guess has hard rock and alternative metal in there, so sure, that works. Now time for the artist stuff. Getting it out of the way now, I listened to 352 artists this year, which is certainly a far cry from last year's 125. All I can say to that is thank you, daily mix playlists. I actually made an effort to listen to those this year, and I found some pretty alright stuff. Considering what my top 5 songs are, it's probably relatively obvious who my number one artist this year is. So I'm gonna steal this question from last year's video. Last one of the day, back to the comments we go. If you guessed C, I know it's enticing to pick the one that's different from the rest, but it's not the right answer. The right answer is D. Having one of the largest quantities of songs in my library helps with this a lot. Anyway, here's the rest of the list. Last year's champions dropped down to number 3 when a new king comes from nowhere. My number 1 artist this year was BTS, and I'd be willing to wager it was by a considerable margin. Top 3% isn't exactly as impressive as top 0.5% with Avenged last year, but hey, it's still nothing to scoff at. Just in case you were curious, doing the math on that, that's the top 3 of around 40 million, which is somewhere within the range of top 1.2 million, which is, man, if I felt less special after finding out I was in the top 28,000 last year, I don't even know how to feel about this. All right, that's it for me. I'm almost done with school for the semester, so I should be available to make more videos soon, but who knows? This is me we're talking about. Anyway, end screen stuff is now up. I'll see you guys later. Hopefully relatively soon, and I won't make you wait 4 months for a 2-minute video again.